sister brought an allergy-friendly dessert for my daughter to the family barbecue that was friendly to setting off her allergies. She laughed while my daughter's throat swelled up. Every 4th of July, we gather at my parents' sprawling backyard for the annual family barbecue, and this year my sister announced she'd made something special just for my daughter Lily, who has a life-threatening peanut allergy that landed her in the ICU twice before she turned 5. She made a big show of placing a covered dish on the dessert table and calling everyone over to watch Lily finally get to enjoy a dessert like all the other kids, because she'd spent days perfecting an allergy-friendly recipe just for her favorite niece. Lily bounced with excitement and pressed her face close to the glass dome as her aunt lifted it with a flourish, revealing a massive peanut butter cream pie with crushed peanut crust and whole peanuts arranged in decorative swirls on top, with ribbons of peanut butter sauce dripping down the sides and a layer of chunky peanut butter studded with honey roasted peanuts visible through the glass dish. The smell hit Lily immediately and she started gasping as I lunged across the table, knocking the pie to the ground while fumbling for the EpiPen I always carry, and my sister burst out laughing. "You should see your face right now, it's absolutely priceless," she cackled while I jabbed the needle into Lily's thigh as her lips started swelling. "Relax, it was just a joke to see if you were actually paying attention since you're always so paranoid about everything." My cousin was recording the whole thing on his phone and high-fived my sister while my mother rushed over demanding to know why I destroyed the dessert table. I held Lily, whose breathing was getting raspy despite the epinephrine, while my sister kept insisting it was hilarious, and I needed to lighten up because she wasn't actually going to let Lily eat it. "You brought a pie made entirely of peanuts and shoved it in the face of a child with a deadly peanut allergy for a laugh?" I said while checking Lily's pulse. My sister rolled her eyes and said I was being dramatic as always, and that's when I stood up and slapped her hard across the face in front of the entire family. The yard went silent except for Lily's wheezing, and my mother immediately started shrieking that I'd lost my mind and how dare I attack my sister over a harmless prank. "A harmless prank doesn't involve threatening my child's life," I said, while my sister held her cheek and started fake crying about how I'd ruined her joke. My brother chimed in that everyone knew my sister had a twisted sense of humor, and I should have seen it coming instead of making such a scene. "Besides, it's not like allergies are real anyway, since Lily's never actually died from peanuts, so obviously you've been exaggerating this whole time," my sister said with a smirk. My father grabbed my arm saying I needed to apologize right now for hitting my sister, but I yanked away while she kept going. "I mean, if she was really that allergic, she'd be dead already from being in the same room as peanut butter. But look, she's still breathing, so clearly you've been lying to get attention and special treatment for your kid." My aunt suggested that maybe if I wasn't so uptight about the allergy, my sister wouldn't feel the need to test me, and several relatives murmured in agreement while my sister wiped her fake tears. "You know what I think the real problem is? Lily's just spoiled and uses her fake allergy to be the center of attention at every family event," my sister announced to the whole party while Lily wheezed in my arms. "Like, remember last Christmas when she couldn't eat the cookies? Or Halloween when she couldn't have any good candy? Or Easter when she couldn't have the chocolate eggs and we all had to hear about poor little Lily and her special needs?" She pulled out her phone to show everyone a video she'd taken earlier of her making the pie while narrating how funny it would be to see my face when I realized what she'd done and how she'd even added extra peanuts to make it more obvious it was a joke. "See, it's comedy gold, and honestly I was doing you a favor because when she didn't die from being near it, everyone would finally see you've been making this whole allergy thing up for sympathy. You can give up the act now." My mother nodded and told me I owed everyone an apology for making such a scene over nothing while my sister kept talking. "I bet if we just held her down and made her eat a spoonful, she'd be totally fine, and then we could all stop pretending she's some fragile little flower who needs special treatment." The entire family was silent as my sister dug herself deeper. "Actually, you know what would be really funny is if next time you're not around, I give her just a tiny bit mixed into something else and film her not dying so I can prove to everyone what a psycho liar you are about this whole allergy scam." She turned to Lily, who was still struggling to breathe, and said in a baby voice, "Wouldn't that be fun, sweetie? When Auntie proves Mommy's been lying about your special diet and you can finally eat normal food like a normal kid instead of being a little freak?" I stared at her in horror, while my mother actually said she had a point about me being overprotective. "Anyone who just threatened to poison my child behind my back can rot in hell," I said, and carried Lily out to get her medical attention before the epinephrine wore off.